Hey everyone, how is everyone doing? On this Wednesday night, I'm doing my podcast. I'm sorry, I'm losing my fucking voice. And what's new? Huh? A lot of things are new. We moved our office in this heat wave. Just fucking imagine. All right, disaster. On top of that, because we moved into, my office, I moved into a top floor, which is the fourth floor, small office, comes with a parking spot. That was one of the reasons, and it has nice windows and etc., right? But it just so fucking hot up there. And the disaster was when we got there yesterday, which was the hottest day on fucking planet Earth in the galaxy, right? And the AC is not working. And I got fucking angry. I got worked up, and I'm trying to, you know, rotate that fucking thermostat dial, right? Which next to our entrance door. And it's not working. It's going back to 99 degrees. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I just got really like angry as well. But then, we had movers and, it was just not fun, honestly. And then today as well, obviously, the AC is, doesn't get fixed. If it's a central air system, it doesn't get fixed, you know, in the blink of a fucking eye. So now we had to wait another 2 days. And I was trying to go from one fucking store to the other to find a portable AC. And today was also fucking hot, but finally I got it. And I purchased one from fucking Home Depot, right? And my engineers, I had to really thank them because we just basically set up the what do you call the desks and everything. I'm sorry, I don't want to turn my podcast into my office move, you know uh whatever, the no, I don't want to say the disaster, but just a fucking heat wave, dude. It just happened coincidentally, unfortunately, but apparently this fucking heat or heat wave towards the end of June, yesterday, Monday, yesterday, and today, I think it broke some fucking records. All right. And again, my brother-in-law Christian, he actually, he's doing my IT now, and I had to switch, from IT uh, company consultants. Well, in any case, I'm sorry, I don't want to basically just babble and like fucking disclose, you know, my company information. But in any case, so he basically was there, yesterday, all of us were burning heat and, but luckily, and, at least, the Comcast guy came and, he was there to set up our computers and, internet is working and all that jazz, right? All right. Okay. So you get my point. Do not fucking move in the middle of a fucking cold wave or a heat wave. All right, don't do that. Disaster. But well, that's part of life, sir. It's just not fun. It's not. It wasn't fun. I was fucking sweating today, and my engineers, even though we had that fucking portable AC, it was just a fucking disaster of a heat up there. I'm hoping tomorrow we'll be in a better shape. All right. Um, and I somehow kind of knew that there was going to be something. You know what they say? Who said that? Something goes wrong, will go wrong, right? Who the fuck said that? I have no fucking idea. Don't remember. Somebody said that, right? Me and my wife actually, we had a good time. We went upstate New York, We went to, what do you call, you know, near Storm King Mountain, that hike. And we did the hike. We stayed up there in a hotel. It was nice. And, that was just the beginning, last what do you call, weekend. That was just the beginning of the heat wave. I could feel it on Saturday when we got there, and then it just became, hotter and hotter. All right. But we had a good time. We went to see that Minnewaska. What is it called? What do you call the Minnewaska? Jesus, Minnewaska. Uh, you know, mountain area. Sort of, and they have a fall there. We saw that one. But the hike we wanted to do was like a 7 hour both way hike, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to fucking do this. And then we came back and did like a short hike, 45 minutes. Short, brisk, and sweet, short and sweet. Storm King, and my wife liked it. Hopefully, my sciatica doesn't come back. I'm okay. But that was great because, I don't know, the nature somehow was with us up until that point. There was no sun, it was all cloudy, not raining, so it was good. So, in any case, and then yesterday, the moving part. Moving is always a fucking, pain in the ass, whether you're moving your office or your apartment or whatever. It's just a pain in the ass. I mean, so many times I have moved in the past fucking, what do you call, let's say 6 years, 7 years, and it's not fun. It's not fun. And I was thinking, about this move the other night. I'm like, man, why do you have to do this? You are 52 and, your office is okay. I'm like, no, man. I don't know. It's just, I feel too old for a lot of things, including this fucking move, office move. So, in any case, couple of days by the end of this week, hopefully, we'll be in a better shape. And I mean, July, August, obviously, are still, humid and high temperatures, and it just one, the extreme of the spectrum in New York. As much as I fucking hate cold here, heat also can be as much a fucking pain. Sweating your balls off, sweating your ass off, right? Sweat running through your ass cheek, right? But the best time here up in Northeast where we are is actually fall. All right, those 2 fucking months, I love them. All right, and then the depressing winter comes. All right, but those are the best times. I mean, those are the best months, weeks, whatever you call them, like all the way up to like fucking Thanksgiving. All right, and that's basically the biggest event that happened. Just here for us. Other than that, there's nothing really like interesting or amazing or very, what do you call, eventful. Is that what it is?
14 years. 14
What's
years.
going on? My wife is trying different dresses. Oh, okay, good for you, princess. Um, as much as I was waiting for this fucking, weather where I could just be in a t-shirt and, in shorts, which I am now, but then this. All right, sir, can we change the subject? You basically, you just went on and on about that. All right, so what else is going on, everyone? How is your summer going, huh? Are you doing anything interesting? Are you going up, to Canada or something? Get away from this fucking heat. All right. I mean, I was telling my wife that listen, if we didn't have a move, we would have stayed up there for another 2 days, like Sunday, even 3 days, like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and today is Wednesday, right? Yeah, there you go. And we would have come back probably today, right? And obviously, it's more peaceful up there. Less traffic and everything else. It's more nature. 15 minutes you can drive to Minnewaska. You can even drive down to, Bear Mountains, Harriman Park, and, all that state park, and all that, um, hiking, your picnic area, and whatever else you are into, right? Um, Down here, it's just flatland. New Jersey, that's where it is. Unless you go towards Pennsylvania, High Point, or you go towards Poconos and you hit some peaks and mountains. But maybe next time, probably we'll go there. All right, everyone. So that's it's already 10 o'clock. I was trying to get some work done, but it just that when you are really not set up with your daily and your normal routine of your office work, or if it gets interrupted, disrupted, then work piles up, right? Am I stating the obvious? I guess I am stating the fucking obvious. All right, everyone. So what are the other summer plans? We don't have any fucking summer plans. That's it. Maybe we'll drive up to Ithaca. I want to show my wife. I was telling her the other day when we were up there. Maybe we'll drive up to Ithaca because that's where I had landed, right? Well, I mean, landed on JFK 24 years ago, some 24 years ago almost, in August of 2001. But that's where I directly went up to, Ithaca. I took the fucking Greyhound bus from Port Authority to Ithaca to go to my grade school, right? Ithaca is beautiful. It's gorgeous. It has a lot of gorges too, like you can swim. I used to swim in the fucking gorges, I remember. I was fucking desperate to land a job, get a job, get interviews, and it was just not easy. This was post 9/11, the bulb and the bubble burst and all that, right? Oh wow, that looks nice. You want to? Okay, all right. So in any case, what is my wife trying to do? Is she trying to set her like summer whatever attire? I'm just going to the office in a t-shirt and in shorts. Fuck it. Unless I had to go to a construction site tomorrow, I think, oh shit, I had to actually go to not a construction site, but I had to go to a job site tomorrow. That's when I usually like put on some shoes, but it's just too fucking hot. All right. What the hell I was saying? Then I lost the chain of thought. All right. So what else for summer? All right. What else? I mean, I don't really have anything. We don't really have anything planned, honestly. However, let's see. Like I said, we might go drive up to Ithaca, go to maybe one of these days, maybe go to beach, maybe what do you call? Like I said, towards Poconos. I mean, away from the city, away from concrete jungle, away just being nature, man. All right. So, in any case, that's my 15-minute podcast, everyone. World hasn't blown up yet. I mean, the fucking Middle East war and all that. Hopefully, again, I don't want to talk about wars and politics and all that nonsense, but it's just unfortunate that in this fucking day and age, as humans, obviously we have that fucking monkey mind, right? We're still fighting, and we have weapons, and it's just fucking amazing. It's just fucking actually, the sort of the evolution in the wrong direction for us humans. But then what can you do? Well, you got to defend your country, right, against whatever. But in any case, I don't want to fucking talk about that, because that's just doesn't lead, for most part, every fucking war, every fucking turmoil leads into like huge disasters and etc. etc. Oh my god, princess. All right, so I'm sorry. I'm really tired. I thought I was gonna have like a fucking heat stroke or something, And what are you doing? Like a fashion show? Huh? Look at her. Jesus.
For tomorrow.
Oh, nice. Okay, good. All right, everyone. So yeah, that's it. I mean, hey, stop complaining, sir. I mean, I get it. We got these three and 3.5 months of some nice weather, and then it back to fucking cold, and it's just not fun. All right. Okay, so who said that? There's always going to be some fucking disaster, or something is always going to be there in the chicken coop. All right. So that's why you gotta leave the fucking chicken coop. You gotta spread out. You gotta fucking be away from the problems and the what do you call the politics and everything else. That's like a fucking headache. Becomes a headache. And this is always, I think I said this before, this is always going to be, it's always going to be some fucking problem in the heart of a political whatever, or in the heart of a fucking what do you call capital city, or where all the politicians are, or whatever. It's just a fucking, and then on top of that, the media, and now everybody has access to everything, and things get blown up in proportions. And I am just of the opinion, I'll always be of the opinion, that this shit always going to be there. So what can you do? You do whatever the fuck you can do for yourself, for your loved ones, and
God.
and just be a little more thankful for what you have, and stop like complaining too much, man. That's what I am. And I'm really grateful. First of all, to have some friends and family, and and obviously, I'm not alone, and like a lunatic that I was, no more. You know, I have a lovely wife. I love her, and ups and downs in life, relationships, work, all these things always happen. Remember, try to be a rock in the fucking ocean. Well, I'm not preaching anything to anyone. All right, just myself. All right, just a reminder. I'm not a rock, because I just, again, just external things like affect me so much. I realize as I'm growing older, and I'm like, why the fuck am I doing this? Why do I need to do that? I can't deal with this. Sometimes you feel like that, and and as I think as we age, the natural progression of aging is losing our fucking mind. Of course, that's true, right? But the positive progression of I think aging is you just basically naturally, like, cut out all the fucking bullshit, and you just focus on things which make you a little happy, satisfaction, and obviously, um if these things, like the natural, positive progression of aging, I'm not talking about body basically disintegrates as we age, obviously, right? Again, stating the obvious, but the other things, like the bullshit, it's like, man, just, you have to cut it out. You don't need this, you don't need that, you know. And then sometimes I feel like, wow, maybe I'm still like a fucking, 20 something year old, and I'm, experimenting with like new offices and this and that. And I'm like, I'm just hoping, um, what the fuck am I trying to say? I'm hoping that, well, first of all, this office space, this office situation, hopefully this is once and for all for like many, many years. I don't want to fucking move. Um, but, in the grand scheme of things, uh, the wisdom, so called, that comes with fucking age, I'm not sure. I mean, it's not like, we are gaining our neurons. Actually, we are losing neurons as we age. So I don't know what the fuck is up with that we're going to actually gain more knowledge, or not knowledge, but wisdom. I guess mature, and you don't do like, what do you call it, childish things. Is that what it is? I'm sorry, I'm losing my fucking voice again. In any case, all right. So I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm sorry. I apologize. All right. So I'm tired, and I'm gonna watch a show. Me and my wife, actually, we started watching another show. By the way, let's just change the subject. All right. It's called The Waterfront. It's a new one. All right. And it sounds like, and it actually appears like the Ozark. The Ozark of waterfront of North Carolina. That's what it's, that's the theme that I get, if you've seen Ozark, you know what I mean? Drugs and all that. No spoiler alerts. All right, everyone. Okay, I'm so sorry that, this podcast became such a fucking weird, and it's like, maybe I'm just too fucking tired. Maybe I had a half heat stroke or whatever the fuck, everything in between, I guess. So I assume you all are having a great middle of the week, and stay cool, jump into the river or pools, whatever, keeps you cooler, be in the air conditioning. All right, okay, so I will see you all next week.